Welcome back, everyone. My name is Ember, and today we are continuing our One Piece journey with Volume 22. We're nearing the end of Alabasta. With this one, this covers chapters 196 to 205. We're already over 200 chapters in. Holy crap. It's been... God, I guess it's been a little over 3 weeks now, and we're already this far in. So, it's really flying by. But anyway... let's see, this chapter covers, let's see, where does this, there starts with, like, we get the brief appearance from the Kicking Claw Force for a little bit. That's when they first show up, but then they immediately get their shit kicked in. And then it ends with the Mr. Seven and Miss Father's Day about to fire, the cannon out of the clock tower. So, not as many big segmented fights as the last volume. This one's just more the... everything's just sort of finally all coming together to a fine point. We're really ramping up towards the conclusion, and you can really feel the... like, adding the ticking clock element of the cannon that's about to obliterate the entire square really heightens the tension and really, like, makes a strong push towards the end of this arc. Like, it's really, like, pushing it forward. Just adding that time element really heightened the tension even more than it already was. Fight-wise, we got our we're getting our final showdown between Luffy and Crocodile, but we'll get to that in a bit. I'll cover that later. There are a few other bits. We finally got to see Chaka's power. He turns into a jackal, I guess, which until I saw it, I didn't realize, I guess, until and he kind of looked like Anubis. I didn't realize that this was supposed to be kind of Egypt themed. I don't know why that just went right over my head, but I guess all of Alabasta has, like, a Egyptian theme to it, especially with, like, the mausoleums and stuff under the ground and all that stuff, and the pyramids and palaces and all that stuff. So, yeah, I guess it didn't click with me until I saw Chaka's devil fruit power looking like Anubis, so... and then afterwards, it all started to fall into place. From like, oh yeah, this all makes sense. And like with Pell being like a falcon-looking kind of thing, kind of looks like Horus a bit, one of the Egyptian gods. So, all the aesthetic elements are all starting to fall into place now. What else happened fight-wise? Oh yeah, so like. Vivi finally made contact with Koza, and Crocodile revealed his big evil scheme to all of them. And then almost right before Koza is about to call off the rebel forces, more Baroque's Works members, spies on both sides, show up, and one of them shoots Koza, the other one shoots the guy that shot Koza, or something like that. And it all goes to shit. So Crocodile's really got this covered from all angles. It really feels like he is this big mastermind with a plan to just completely annihilate this country. Makes him feel like a really solid villain, tactically speaking. Then we got the reveal of I think it's called the Poneglyph. The Poneglyph, we basically like some ancient text down in the mausoleum, which was supposed to show the location of Pluton, but apparently didn't. And then Crocodile's like, well, alright, well, Nico Robin, I have no use for you now, since that was the only thing I had you here for, was to read the Poneglyph. It was a little disappointing to see her go down as fast as she did. I think it only took like a few panels for Crocodile to just wipe her out. I was expecting her to put up more of a fight. Like, it looked like she was going to. She was about to smash Crocodile over the head with some water. And we'll get to that later. But I was expecting a little more of a fight from her, from how tough she was against all of the other opponents we've seen, all of her other opponents so far, and especially considering that apparently she's been wanted by the Navy for 20 years since she started sinking entire ships when she was 8 years old. So, definitely interested in learning more about Robin. Hopefully her arc is coming up soon. I have no idea when she actually joins the crew, but hopefully soon. I'm interested in seeing more of her. Really not a whole lot to say else, other story-wise. Again, it's just all really just rushing towards this conclusion. Gotta find where the cannon is going to get lit off. Vivi has the flashback to her childhood where she remembers that the secret hideout in the clock tower, and so it's just a mad dash to the clock tower. Like, it's just, I love this sense of, this exhilarating sense of, like, we gotta keep going, come on, move, let's go, that Oda builds up in some, during the climaxes of his arcs, where everything's just, it feels like an avalanche coming from all different directions towards a single point, and it just makes this so much fun to read, and it's so readable and fast and just exciting. But really the only other thing to talk about that's really major with this volume is Luffy's big square off with Crocodile, where we finally find out Crocodile's weakness. If you get him wet, you can't turn into sand. And like, I really like Oda's use of like practical physics in a story that otherwise just makes a complete mockery of physics. Like, he uses the idea of certain physical and chemical properties to make ideas work, and then he just ramps them up to 11 with fantastical elements. So I really like how he does that. The getting sand wet and making it clump together, that was a cool idea in that regard. And then it gets even more ridiculous and awesome and exhilarating stuff when it's like, oh, I can just use my blood too if I run out of water. So, just absolute epic Luffy moment. Where's that panel? Where's that panel where he finally hits Crocodile? Because again, we're getting some more of that really strong action choreography. There it is. Just fucking bam. Fucking lays it on him. Just absolutely love it. And we're getting more. We're getting a bit more of Luffy's elasticity as well. Like, there was one panel I'm not even gonna bother looking at where he like completely flattens himself like this way to avoid an attack. I just love seeing this elasticity that Luffy has, and just seeing him bend and shift all over the battlefield and such. It really makes the fight scenes flow in a way that I don't see a lot in other manga. And this fight just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes, and we get even more fucking amazing like action shots like this. Yeah, it's just, and eventually Crocodile's just like, fuck it, I've had it. I will face you as a pirate. And he pulls out this fucking poison hook. As the mausoleum that they're in is like crumbling down around him because the king like decided like, well, I'm gonna try and bury you if I can. Not the smartest move on his part, because if Luffy wasn't there, Crocodile easily could have just escaped, but makes for an interesting final battle scene. Again, everything's just rushing towards a conclusion. Everything's coming down. Just so exciting. And it looks like at one point that Luffy does get stabbed by this poison hook. Yeah, right here. Like, yeah, we can see Luffy definitely gets sliced up a bit by this poison hook. So we'll see how he comes back from that. Because we really only have one volume and some change left for this entire saga. So, very excited to see how the final battle progresses for this arc. And I think that's really all I have to say for now. Oh, and I like that they... I don't know how much I like it, but I do like that Luffy is just adding this... With a lot of Luffy's final fights, they're as silly as they are serious. Like, this happened with Arlong and Don Krieg as well. But, like, whenever he goes off up against the big bad for multi-chapter things, he's just as silly as he is serious with these fights. And so, I still like it for now. It hasn't ruined any moments yet. It has the potential to later on, so we'll see how that goes. But so far, it adds a bit... I like the way it injects... Oda is injecting humor into these very long, epic fights. But that's really all I have that's really all I have to say for now. Yeah. Just we're ramping up. We're almost done with Baroque Works. Probably. I don't know. I know on the wiki it says it goes into Volume 24. I don't know how much of Volume 24. Probably just a couple chapters or so. But I know Volume 24 also starts Skypiea, so we'll see where it goes from here. In any case, be sure to like and subscribe if you like this and want to see more. Leave a comment down below if you have something to say. And that's all we have time for today. My name is Ember, and I'll see you next time.